So today you're going to hear all about how the energies of other people interact with yours and what you can do about it and why it's so important to know. I have interviewed hundreds of healers, and as a group, these loving, generous, and kind individuals want to improve the welfare of our planet, affecting millions, if not billions, of lives. Amongst the frustrations these amazing healers express during our conversations are the ability to attract stable income to sustain themselves, the loss of their life force energy when working with others, and even the lack of confidence or the fear of failing because of the responsibility of the well-being of others. I've had these very same frustrations myself during my 30-year healing history. When the calling to heal got so strong, I had to retire from my 40-year physics career. I needed to replace my six-figure salary fast. Standard sales and business techniques didn't always work for me as a highly sensitive introvert. Through trial and error and studying with many coaches, I developed a 4-step system that replaced my salary within 5 months. I've helped others develop their successful healing businesses, and I can help you too. I'm Dr. Anastasia Chopelas. Listen in to discover more. Welcome back. So, as I mentioned, today we're going to talk about the interaction of you with other people, right? We all have a personal frequency, and I've talked about how to raise your frequency and things that can lower it and ways to make you feel better. But what if you're around other people and they interfere with yours? And as I mentioned in previous broadcasts, is that when two people come together, they each have their own personal frequency. And when they actually come together, they create either constructive or destructive interference. And it's especially bad when you're on a way different wavelength or a way different energy with somebody. It can really pull you down. So when you say, oh, we're vibing on the same wavelength, well, it's pretty much true. You do. And when you're together and you feel good together, it actually builds you both up. But when there's somebody who's very needy, and a needy person is by its very nature a very low frequency, it can really interfere with your own. And there's lots of ways to protect yourself from other people that are vibing in that way, right? So it's good to know, because people around you, just being in a room, especially those of us that are extremely sensitive, being in a room with a lot of people that are vibing at a low frequency can bring yours down. It's just like when you go into a room where everybody is happy, and you might not have felt that good coming in, but when you come in and everybody's so happy and they're greeting you nicely and they make you feel welcome, your energy goes instantly up, right? And by the same token, if you walk into a situation in which maybe a boss is chewing out a coworker or he's chewing out a whole bunch of people, it can make everybody feel bad. So there are actually a lot of ways you can protect yourself, and this is super duper important. Being a healer and being extremely sensitive and open to people's energy, we kind of read the room, and we can absorb all of that energy. So one of the ways that you can protect yourself is changing the size of your energy field. Now, many of you probably didn't even realize that you have that ability. And so normally the field is out about your arm span out there, right? So your field is about 3 feet from the center of your body. So my arm span is, 5 and some feet, 5.5 feet. So that's about right? A little bit, it goes out a little bit more. And that's its normal extent. When you are healthy and you relax, that's its normal extent. And it extends above your head, below your feet, and front and back, side to side. And you really need to take care of that energy field with your daily hygiene, for example, to keep it nice and tightly, no holes, no ways for people to get in, no tangles in the lines of energy that are streaming off your body. But you can also expand it and contract it. So expansion is really great if you want to attract more to you, attract great relationships, attract health, attract more money, because the bigger your energy field is, the more it can hold, especially if it is really firm, healthy, clean, right? And when you contract it, or if it can naturally contract when you are ill and don't feel good, I've seen people's fields very tight to their body when they're not doing too well. So when they're that tight to their body, you can't hold very much, right? Your health is on the decline and all of that. So you can practice expanding it, right? And you can just sit with your shoulders back, or stand if you like with your shoulders back. And even you can expand your body out, right? When you expand your body out in this expansive state, you are saying to your body, you are safe, you are strong, your adrenals stop firing, they get very relaxed. Within 2 minutes of being in this expansive state, probably your cortisol levels will drop, your stress hormones levels will drop by about 20%. This is scientific research out of Harvard, right? So this is always a good stance to maintain, for example, to keep you more relaxed. And when you're relaxed, your energy field will expand out. You can also say to yourself, instead of being relaxed and open, you can also say to yourself, I'm pulling myself in to 18 inches around my body. And when you heard me say that, you may have felt even a little tingling on the hairs on your forearms here. It always happens to me. And being really tight into your body like that, when you go out in public and you're around other people, it means that you're interacting with fewer people, because the normal stance when you're standing and talking to somebody you don't know very well is usually 5 to 6 feet apart. You don't get any closer, and that's because your energy fields are just touching, right? They're just touching, and they're not intertwined with one another. The more they're intertwined, the more your two wavelengths will interfere with one another. So by keeping that distance and pulling yourself in tightly like that when you're around people that you don't feel safe with, it helps protect you from picking up their energies. And it's especially helpful when you're in a big crowd to pull yourself in tightly, because it helps you not pick up all of that foreign energy, right? And now let's say you've come home and you've got that foreign energy still kind of mixed up in there. You can release it very, very quickly by grounding yourself, right? So you can send a grounding cord down from the base of your spine down into the earth and connect up to spirit, and then just let that energy flow and release, right? And then you can also do some energy field clearing exercises. And once you've cleared it and released it, you'll feel a whole lot better. And then the other thing that might happen to you, and this is another energy draining problem, is a method of cording. So a cord is a line of energy that connects you to somebody else that's not supposed to be there. We all have connections from heart to heart. That's how humans are designed. We connect from heart to heart. But if there are other connections there, they don't belong there. So you can go through the process of releasing. Some people cut the cords. Some people just imagine them pulling out and dropping into the earth. Some way to release the cords, right? So in summary, in this little dialogue about people's energies interacting with one another, is that they can affect you. And remember, as soon as your mood goes down, your frequency goes down, right? And this is a problem, especially for healers, because we like to connect with people and make them feel better. And a lot of times, instead of being empathetic, in other words, knowing what they're feeling, we become sympathetic. In other words, we match their feeling because we're designed to match. And instead of, right, we're up here, they're down here, instead of being sympathetic, right, being empathetic, you're observing it, and then you can help bring them up. And that's the whole goal of healing, right? So the first thing is interaction. Number 2 is controlling that interaction, for example, through your energy field, pulling it in tight when you're in a crowd. And remember to release it when you get home, right? You just imagine your field going back to relaxed. And the more open and I keep fishing for a word, not contained, but the more intact, right? Another good word is the more intact it is on the outer edges. In other words, no holes, no problems, right? And nice clean field, no garbage running around in it like dust bunnies and dirt balls, right? We just let those all go. The cleaner it is and the more intact the edges of your field are, the more protection you'll have, right? Because this is a way that our bodies are designed, right? The healthier we are, the more intact our fields, and the more we can repel out of us all that poopy energy. And then last, when you come home after you've pulled yourself in because you need to go in a crowd, you can let it all go and be yourself again. Release it because you don't want to be that tight all the time. It's not healthy because you want to contain more energy so your health is better, your relationships are better, and you can attract more wealth in your life. And from my standpoint, wealth is relationships, health, and money, right? That's everything. So that's all I have. Do you have any tips for, do you have anything to share about this topic? Would be very interested in hearing what you have to say. And I'm all about all of us raising the energy of the planet so that we can all get healthy, happy, fulfilled, and great relationships together. Thank you for spending your valuable time with me. If you found this message helpful, please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up or a 5-star rating, and share it with your friends. To discover more about the 4-step system for attracting a generous income as a healer or an intuitive coach without burning out, sign up for my free training at www.highpaidhealers.com. I look forward to seeing you there and in the next video.